I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, it smelled like straight horse booty. Yeah.
Hola, como estás?
What are we getting into today, man?
Chuddy Chud.
An update? We got
An
another
update from the Chudder Builder.
From the Chudster.
Welcome to another Triple T's Reacts, where you will get to see Baldhead and Potato react to some.
And Bruce pouting.
And Bruce Powell, of course. Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to be in here.
Today's not. He's like, today's Monday. Why am I here?
Today's Monday. Why the
Today's Monday. We're gonna be reacting to 3 different videos, but the first one is gonna be update on
Chud.
The Chudder.
Chud the dickhead. What the hell? Was it the gland's penis? Chud the gland's. Blah. All right, let's hop into it,
Yes,
brother.
sir. Yep.
This is coming from the one and only Omeezy. He's been following the story pretty closely. He's been having a great old time
Chud the dickhead.
following up with these stories. Mm-hmm. This was recently, I guess, he was asking help from the, what do you call them? What's the word I'm looking for?
People who donate money?
No,
His followers?
The Uncle Ruckuses.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
You're talking about Myron Gaines?
And all that. Yup. My games. That's just one.
Oh, man.
Let's just jump into it. Let's see what he has to say.
On this channel, I was celebrating so much that I had lost my voice. But this is the victim. And it's only gonna get better. But I'm here to tell you that all the love and admiration that Chud the Builder claimed that he was getting from his community and other communities by doing the good work that he was doing in the streets and in the community is actually backfiring on him in real time. Those people who were supporting him were just doing it for clicks and views, and now when he needs real support, they are nowhere to be found, and we've gotta laugh about it. If you're new to this channel and haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. This is gonna be a fun journey, and that will go a long way. Keep up with me as we keep up with the worst content creator in 2026, probably in the history of content.
I'm glad he's doing this work, bro, because I don't got the time, bro.
No, I feel it. I feel it. That's how he chops and breaks it up.
Yeah, I appreciate this, man.
Well,
because it's like you're hoping for an outcome, but then like you can't really
do it because there's people
like other homeboy who be going to these court cases. I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about. What's his name?
Oh, I forgot.
He went to the girl that's I'm the victim.
I'm the victim.
Yeah.
He went to Johnny Somali. He went to who else?
Like he'll break it down. Like he'll give you the news. But no, I like that because
Streamers
like I said, you and I,
up.
we still work, so we're not able to do this full time.
We
like
touch grass. And type shit. Not saying
they don't touch
grass because he's obviously working.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Great. Now, back into the video. Now, the last time that we had stopped in on Chud the Builder, he did not have any good news. There were claims that there were 12 security camera footages capturing the moment outside of the courthouse. There were claims that he shot 7 times recklessly in the courtyard in a public area.
And you missed all those shots?
Were walking through to go to court. There were claims that he was the aggressor, and none of it is looking good for Chud the Builder in his case, and claimed that it was self-defense. But probably the worst news for Chud the Builder was that the gifts and go money that he had collected, the donations from his community and his supporters, although still not enough for the then lower.
I thought there was, ain't there a law that says you can't use, what is it?
Funds that would be
funds that are for something else, for like something else or something like
because I don't
funds
think
for one thing can't be used for
like I don't think the GoFundMe that was put up for him was made for his bail
for his legal fees.
Yeah,
right?
because he already had the GoFundMe up before he went to Tennessee to do the court case thing. So I think that was for something else, but now they're trying to make it so it's for his bail money.
I don't even think the judge will let him.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't even think the judge will let him do that. Bullshit.
Or the $1 million bond could not be used to get out of jail early. It couldn't be used for the bond. This could not be used for the bond. Happy for us, sad for him. Now, we do have a better understanding as to why the judge made the decision to block that. And we do now understand why the donation game is extremely murky for Chud going forward.
He cannot use his GoFundMe money, or pardon me, the Give Send Go money, because that money was not raised for that purpose. And if you use that money for that purpose, it's called fraud. Also, Give Send goes on.
So originally it was for something else. The whole him going to Tennessee to pay his fines and all that stuff like that.
Right. That's what it originally.
That was a so.
But don't they normally have a time limit on that? Like once that,
I think it depends on how long you want the time limit to be.
ever pay for my, I'd be a pro homeless. I'd be a pro panhandler.
Yeah, but no, man. He's saying he made it worse for himself because he started filming, so he wanted an interaction, and then you did it in front of the courthouse too. So it's like all the evidence that they need, all the evidence that they need is on camera.
In front of the courthouse, that's immediate 5 stars.
He's gonna commit great crime.
No, seriously, that's immediate. Like even in the game, even in a game, like if you're playing Sims or Fable or Assassin's Creed or GTA, in front of the courthouse, where the law is delegated.
He thought he was John Wick.
What was it called? What was the hotel called?
The Continental.
The Continental.
Yeah,
he thought he was just gonna walk in that motherfucker, hand him a coin, and then 0 stars, bro.
Hell, he thought he was all for one, nigga, all for one.
I'm crying.
Policies say that you cannot use this platform to raise money for people who are charged with this crime. So you can't use that money. Again, it was not raised for that purpose, and the policies of Give, Go say you can't do it.
And that to me makes sense. You can't raise money for your kid's cancer fund or research as to why you have this big hairy mole on your back and then turn around and use it to build an addition to your house. That's scamming an audience.
Yes.
And if you go to his Give, Go, you can clearly see that the reason why he started the original Give, Go had nothing to do with the situation that he's going through currently. He's always been.
Wait, he was trying to use his kids. Hold on.
So that the original
what does it say?
Go had nothing to do with.
Dear friends and supporters and champions of free speech, blah, blah, fighting to protect my family, my business. Just over here go. I started DLE contracting in Carsfield. Sheer necessity. I was fired from my job.
Okay, it's because he was fired from his job. So it's basically like you said, Chud and his family.
Like pay my bills.
Basically. So, but then
that's
because he got the $1 million bond, people started funding it even more, and then he tried to change it to that, and it's like, nah, you already started.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works. So it's not gonna. So that's why the judge blocked it, because it's like it was originally for that, to help your family, not to get you bailed out of jail. Because even if they bail you out of jail, now how are you gonna take care of your family? Ask for more money?
What does that even mean?
You what?
That's true, right? Like that once that $1 million was dry, like still can't get a job.
Nope.
Is this Kick account still active?
No, they shut it down.
Really?
They don't want to associate themselves with degenerate. Well, they are degenerate.
Like, what are we talking about?
With racism. They don't want to associate themselves with racism.
You either see a steak tag or a Kick tag.
Yep.
What are we even doing, bro? What the fuck? Oh, brother.
Currently, he's always been a grifter. He's always been a solicitor. He's always been shaking that cup for those racist dollars. And so he's had this set up, and it's not going to work. Now, just as of yesterday on May 26th, his team has put an addendum about the situation on the Give, Go, saying that all the
following update posted on behalf as pertains to fund received. Funds are intended for legal defense, legal fee.
Nah, see, and that's the problem. They try updating it, and it's like, nah, that's not what you originally put it from.
Mr. Etherly's legal counsel is now acting as the recipient for the fundraiser. Funds to be held in trust. Donations are being directed towards Dalton's legal defense costs in accordance with the Give, Go. So they're trying to shift. Okay, I see.
The funds are now directed to his legal defense. But, buddy, you've already raised a ton of money. I doubt that there's going to be any more money coming forward. Wait, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm finding this out in real time that even Chud's closest support system is total bullshit. It's totally fake. They're actually trying to get over on him. It's disgusting to watch in real time. But now there's been this new operation that has popped up from his spokesperson, person that's been acting as his spokesperson for the past couple of weeks while this situation has been going down. This tweet says, quick announcement, Give, Go was able to get funds into the lawyer's name and will help greatly fund their legal expenses. This Give, Go was created to help Dalton and his family with personal monthly bills and expenses controlled by the family. The Give, Go says, Dalton Etherly, known as Chud the Builder, is a dedicated First
Amendment contractor, auditor who was ambushed at the Montgomery County. The process of defending himself, he now faces 2 charges. Started with family. Oh, so this is the new updated description.
So my question is, why did he get fired from his job before he even started Kick?
BLM protesters came to his job site, so he lost the contract.
Okay, I got you.
In his words.
Is what he said.
Is what
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You always got to be careful with these guys.
Yep.
So this is all happening on the fly as we speak.
That's what it looks like.
That's crazy. He really thinks he can finesse this. Don't we have like the Internet Archive or like the Wayback Machine?
Yep.
Or some shit? Like there's screenshots of. That's tough. No head voice.
Nope, zero.
No head voice. Tough.
We need to do a study on that.
Amendment auditor and contractor who was ambushed and violently attacked at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, Tennessee. Them trying to frame Chud the Builder as some civil rights activist is hilarious. He's a live streamer who wanted to get famous by being a dickhead, right? By being a provocateur, not somebody who we should be taking seriously as a
Amazing
after of our First Amendment rights. And First Amendment auditor, are you serious? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
He made it the fuck up.
No, but that's what's weird though, because it's like, remember I told you like the reason why, like, it's not really racism, it's more of bigotry, because he has nothing.
I got you. No, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like he's pulling no type of strings or nothing.
Zero. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Even if, like, let's say he did still have his contracting job, his business, right? And he was the boss. Okay, sure. If he held these beliefs and you saw it translate into his hiring practices, I'm saying, or how he treats his employees, I'm saying, like, that would make sense. Then you go, oh, okay, this guy's right. No, he's just a bigot. He's just a crazy guy with a loud mouth, and he just says whatever.
What he feels, and then he uses the Constitution as an excuse to be the way that he is.
And he dresses it up as like this
freedom of speech.
It's more
what it is.
Dude.
Yep. He's doing his job. He's letting me say whatever I want.
I can't.
This bigot.
I can't. This is crazy. This is crazy.
That's not what he did. Let's go on. It says, this hardworking and honest man is currently locked up, awaiting trial, and facing the possibility of decades in prison. While he fights these charges, this fundraiser is solely for his family's living expenses. Rent, utilities, groceries, vehicle expenses, and basic needs. So his family...
I thought his wife was divorcing him.
Is that what the first statement said?
No, I heard like on Twitter or X, like, that his wife was already trying to split with him.
Well, it could be because of everything that's been happening. Because you can
That's
bring
a lot.
You can bring. I would say this because how your partner is, especially if you're in a boyfriend, girlfriend, or wife scenario, they want to see the money. So it's like sometimes it's not worth it of how you bring it in.
I don't even think it's the money. I just think it's her sense of safety at that point.
Well, not just. Well, I'm saying in the sense of like she's just trying to separate herself from him because the image that he's creating.
Right, he's putting his family in danger. That's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, no money is worth putting your family in danger.
That's what I'm saying. That's why she's trying to separate. That's why she's trying to separate.
I don't even think the money had anything to do with it because the guy already had a money-making job.
And he fucked it up.
Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy as shit to me.
over their heads and food on the table during this extremely difficult time. They go on to pander to the lowest common denominator here, which is that free speech. The people that really believe this free speech self-defense. Dalton has spent years peacefully documenting government overreach and exercising his First Amendment rights.
No, that has to be.
No, that looks like a woman with a mustache, bro. That's crazy hair. That's crazy. You're like... that looks like his sister with a mustache.
Yo, hey, the rumors though.
Oh man, that's great.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, bro.
The rumors though. Nah, that's spooky action. Chud's part of the HDMI PS5.
Here's peacefully documenting government overreach and exercising his First Amendment rights. Now his family needs to survive while he fights to clear his name and come home. Chud, they are playing on your top game. As is being exposed here by the paranormal Chris, he goes on to say, neither of these fundraisers for Dalton Etherly, aka Chud the Builder, were created for legal expenses. For the crimes he committed when he shot Joshua Fox outside the Clarksville courthouse. Both says to help Chud and his family, while one says legal fees to help fight slander. It says nothing about legal fees for all the crimes he actually committed. Also, Dalton doesn't have a family. The mother of his child left him and has custody of his son, and according to Dalton himself, is trying to change his son.
That's what I'm saying, right? Because I seen certain tweets floating around.
I got you. So
like they're not even together.
So he's taking money from people for no reason because he's like to help my family.
Nah, that nigga scamming.
He's scamming people. He grifted. Because he's literally saying that he needs the money for his family.
Oh man, grifting to the grave. Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, if that woman is smart, she would have been gone.
Son's last name. I don't know if y'all remember seeing that clip when he got out of. According to Dalton himself, is trying to change his son's last name. I don't know if y'all remember.
Wait. The wife's trying to change the son's last name.
So they don't find him. So they don't know that he's his dad. Damn, she's trying to really separate, bro.
Wait, so is the son a junior? That's tough. That's tough.
Shame.
I'm sorry, Dalton Jr.
That's tough. That's like if LeBron James became like, I don't know, freaking serial killer or something. Oh, man. And then his son has to live with that name
for the rest of their life.
That's spooky action.
Seeing that clip when he got out of the lockup the first time, he came out and said, man, my ex is trying to change my son's name. He doesn't want to be associated with this. She doesn't want him associated with all these different things like this.
My son's mother texted me today saying that she wants to change his name. She fears for him. She's like, oh, you've tarnished your name, and I don't want him to have to deal with that.
So what this is clearly...
So his son's name is also
that's
Dalton.
Real though, man.
So the son's name is also Dalton,
right?
Whatever Jr.
That's what I'm saying. But even then, that would legally be tied back to him.
Yeah, no.
Because
every time you Google that name, my dad.
You don't understand. Your name is your legacy, bro. Your name is your legacy.
I think that's why. Yeah, and it's like if you tarnish it, then that's it for the rest of your life. You can't get away from it.
Your descendants.
You can't get away from it.
Like prime example, right?
O.J. Simpson.
Well, no. Do his kids suffer because of him? They do.
They know that his O.J. Simpson, even though he didn't kill the woman, his wife.
I've never seen any public scrutiny of O.J.
We don't pay
Simpson's
attention to that.
Bullshit. Come on. You literally pulled that out the portal.
I did.
I wish you used a better
I
example.
did.
What the fuck?
Michael Jackson?
No. What the
Not
hell?
a bad thing. I'm saying like everybody.
Well, Paris and the other one. One person I would use is Joe Biden and his kid. Okay. That's the
Joe
best
Jr.?
example. I don't think it's Joe Jr.
What's his name? What's his name?
Oh, man.
Shows you how much I know, guys.
You don't know shit.
I know shit.
Jack don't know anything.
Jack shit. Fuck off.
You don't know anything. Dang, man. I can't even have an internet brain convo.
I'm sorry.
Because you're so real life. You're so grass touchy. Damn, Jeff.
I'm touchless grass.
Oh, did you see the sky today? Did it rain today, Jeff?
It sprinkled this morning because I left Bruce outside and he was just looking at the
How about
weather.
my AC didn't work this morning when
In
I
your
started
car?
the car? It was just straight sauna. Straight sauna. I could not see out my front windshield. It was just blowing, like, humid air.
No, that's crazy word.
No, that shit's spooky. Almost crashed. Drove into a tree. But I live. This is my other life. I am infinite.
Indicating to me is that people are trying to get over on him. This isn't to the fiance that he supposedly had. This isn't to a family that rocks with him. This is a bogus setup gift and go that is using Chud the Builder's name to collect a quick cash out. And I don't.
So it's not even his.
That's why he said his fans aren't even his fans.
Yo, that's,
So they created a fake Chud the Builder.
I'm not even gonna say that's grimy because literally that's the energy you put out, right?
So those are the people
So
that
of course
you're gonna attract.
those are the people you're gonna. Yo, that's spooky.
Those are the people you're attracting. So
The absolute goblins.
yeah,
The sewer crawlers. What the fuck? The soulless gargoyles.
the soul suckers.
What the fuck? The legions, the bottom barrels, the scum, the slug trails. Holy crap, wow. Yep. So it's like, oh, wow. So there's multiple out there. It's like fake fundraising.
Yep.
It's like a pump and dump. Crypto coin.
Yep. Get as much as you can, take it out, give the percentage to the company, and start
This is
over.
their version of Chud coin. I hope that's not a real coin.
They're gonna make it a real
I
coin.
swear if it's a
They're
real
gonna
coin.
make it a real coin.
Oh man,
Yeah.
everyone who's in that deserves to get rug pulled.
Don't blame him, because me and other commentators are grittying on his head too. Go ahead and gritty
Bro
to those
said
dumbass
gritty
people
on
that
his
believe
head.
that he is Christian, he has these ideologies, and that he is trying to get some. This is why the support system doesn't really f with Chud the Builder like he thought it would. He thought he had these support systems left, right, and sideways, but it's not going the way that
That
he
nigga
thinks it's
got
gonna
bear
go. But I
mace.
digress.
That's
After
crazy.
the bond hearing just last week, a benefactor, an anonymous one, Gypsy Crusader, in his company stepped to the forefront and said, "Hey, I'll foot the bill for Chud the Builder." For those of you who don't know who Gypsy Crusader is, he is an online provocateur and racist, just like Chud the Builder, who has been featured on Aiden Ross and other people's streams, trying to get them to say the craziest things, enrage people, all that stuff. He's actually
That
Chud
boy
the Builder
looks-
square.
He's like, I'm gonna get killed. He's like,
He's Chud the Builder times 10. Gypsy Crusader took to the internet to say,
Wait, really Chud the Builder times 10?
that's crazy.
How are there even lower levels?
Of debauchery.
We're in the dungeons.
No, we're in the 8th level that you created.
We're in the dungeons, bro. It gets more. But let's not even start, because what was it over the weekend? We saw that clip, Bonnie Blue, the baby shower.
Oh shit.
Oh! Oh! We'll talk about that later. No, we'll talk about that later. This is a sick Negro. Whoa! Spooky action.
That's crazy.
Spooky action.
That's crazy. That's disturbing.
The world ended already. The world ended. Shame.
Nah, they create Lilith is finally came to.
They already summoned Lilith. They summoned her.
She's here.
Lilith is here.
She's here.
My sponsor, Duel, is actively trying to bail Chud out. They have the $1 million ready to go. They are just waiting for payment instructions through lawyers. I can't put into words how grateful I will be if they can make this happen. I'm very proud to work with them. Now, I can't actively explain how bad of a platform this benefactor is, this sponsor is, but let's just say that they are Chud the Builder times 10 in a dice rolling event. There's one clip I saw this weekend of a card dealer on the platform dressing in the costume that a mass pew-pewer did have on as they perform said mass pew-pewing. It's a really disgusting platform. It's right up Chud the Builder's alley. And
That's crazy.
Damn. What? I don't even know, bro. Like,
You say
it
that.
always exists. Like, I always knew this shit existed.
For sure. For sure.
Like, I've seen it with my eyes, but I just feel like, I don't know. There's always a new sucker, right?
Yeah.
There's always a new
And
sucker.
people fall for it all the time.
But it's hard to get out, though.
Once you're in,
It's hard to get out. I had to literally almost die.
it's like an addiction.
Right. It's hard to get out. Nah, that's spooky. That's spooky. But hey, I get it. I get it. No, I fucking get it. Oh.
No, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't know.
Oh, I get it. I get it. That's crazy. So that was a mass pew-pewer, and then they cosplay as just evil shit.
Yeah.
I don't even.
And remember, people only do things because you can't see their face.
Right, anonymity.
Yep.
They feel like
Like I said, it's literally like the Black Mirror episode where the they had to vote whether to.
I don't know. Everything keeps coming back to Planet of the Apes. I seriously think, like, seriously, right? Why are there evil monkeys, right?
Yeah.
We finally took out the humans. Why are there evil monkeys?
Human monkey.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it always goes
like,
down. Because
humans were our greatest enemy.
Mm-hmm.
We finally took out all the humans.
Mm-hmm. And now we're being evil.
And
to
now we're
ourselves,
going to do monkey shit.
to each other.
Oh, man.
That's why I'll never understand.
That's dumb.
It never
That's
makes any
dumb,
sense
that's
to me.
dumb,
There's
dumb.
always good and bad.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. Where you can find a cesspool of evil shit, you'll find the opposite. You find it.
And I know for a fact that if they did bail out Chud the Builder, that they would put him to work on the platform because they know that they could get the money back. But that's the catch. That's where they're going wrong. You can't actually use bond money and bail money to get somebody out of jail and then think that you can put them to work in order to recoup it. That's illegal, right? So they still won't be able to do that. And so now Chud's legal team is crazy desperate. And by crazy desperate, I'm crazy desperate. They are looking left, right, and sideways in order to get some support, funding, and backing in order to get him up out of that box. They want him up out of that box the fast way, right? And so they're turning to anybody and everybody.
Oh no, we need him in jail so he could be in his box.
Who will listen. The problem is that nobody is. All of the traditional folks that you think would be backing him and supporting him that are white are definitely not doing anything in their favor. Hell, Aiden Ross and Nick Fuentes have actively been on stream saying, fuck Chud the Builder, we don't rock with him. That's not somebody that I want to support.
Aiden, bail out Chud the Builder and have him fight.
No, I'm not bailing him out. Absolutely not.
He screwed up.
That nigga!
Fuck no. Remember I told you they got a bunch of Uncle Ruckus in this motherfucker, boy.
And now he is done. First of all, they threw the book at this guy. He's got a record, so there's going to be no leniency. And then he's
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, this isn't his first run. Like, what in what reality does?
Well, remember, he went to pay a thing in Tennessee.
But I don't understand. Like, in what reality does he think this is going? Like, he's going to leave with minimal damage
Because he's white.
Like, where in his brain is he manufacturing? But here's the thing: everything. The cops that arrested him were white. Judge that's giving him the case is white. His lawyers, everything is white. So he can't even just be like, oh, it's because the judge is black. Blah. Like, even in his perfect, ideal, fair world.
He thinks his skin color protects him, and it's not.
But, like, what?
Hey.
Nah. I don't think he thinks his skin color protects him. I just truly think he thinks he has a bigger impact on the world than...
No, because even then they said if he dies tomorrow, he's going to be forgotten about, and then they're just going to keep moving on.
That's what the critics say, but I'm talking about from his brain.
His brain. Oh, okay, like a martyr type shit.
Yes!
But remember what did they... No,
isn't that what every mass pew-pewer thinks?
Yeah, didn't they say that they found some stuff in his car, bulletproof vest,
right,
guns?
like dude was like...
He was going to go out.
What?
Killing a whole
Armed
bunch
up
of,
to the teeth.
Probably killing a whole bunch of black people.
You can't say that.
Good thing we're going to block this.
You can't. I'm spooked.
But that's what it is. That's what it is.
Man, so like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's that delusion. Or
He was
like
that. I think that's like.
What's crazy? What if? Okay, right.
That's what his plan was.
What if he was like, all right. Give me a conspiracy. Give me a conspiracy. Okay, what if, right? Hear me out. What if this is a psyop? Like, he really actually has no fans. And it's literally like one motherfucker, an agency that's just bot farming his shit. Just to see him go crazy. Like, it's a social experiment.
I get what you're saying. And they know at the end what he was going to do.
Right.
Go out with a bang.
Right.
Taking a whole bunch of people out.
You don't think they can manufacture these agents of chaos?
It's that easy. Because people are easily influenced.
Perceptive, right? So let's say one day we're streaming and then like 1,000 views come in. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm saying, like,
and you're like, oh, where did this come from?
Where did this come from?
Let me keep
so
doing
now
this.
you feel
found
what
the
you're
formula.
saying has weight, has importance. So you start,
because there's a whole bunch of other people around the United States that agree with me.
You see what I'm saying? But like, okay, the domino effect, right? Mm-hmm. You start getting into your own space, your
hubris.
Exactly. And then you start believing your own ideology because I'm not saying these are actual bots or actual people, not absolving them of the fuckery.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, we've heard of fucked up experiments done on people. Psychological experiments. Psyops.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
So it's like,
that's one of the videos we're definitely.
What if they can just, I'm going to say they, the ether. The shadow government. What? You what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they actually like find these people? They have all this access to our information.
Of course, and
They could pull up our IP address, dox us, whatever.
And as we found out, nothing is a conspiracy. It's just the word is thrown to make it seem crazy. And I believe that. I
You
can
see what I'm saying?
I can actually see
like,
that happening.
Where's all these viewers?
I can actually exactly. That's what I'm saying. I can actually see that happening because it's like, what can we make the next distraction so we can focus them away from whatever it is that we're trying to do? It's that easy to find somebody, especially when you're internet focused and you want to get famous.
Right.
So let's just feed them what they want, and then when they do something outlandish or crazy, then we throw it.
And we just keep reinforcing.
Yeah, exactly. So
in his mind, he could think like, oh man, like he has this crazy, because I doubt he's getting news updates from in there.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, in his mind, he probably thinks they're protesting out in the street for him or some shit like that.
Unfortunately, that's not happening, sir. I'm sorry. And you gotta understand too, his generation, they don't. All their news is on YouTube.
15-second reels. Right.
All their news is on YouTube or reels or.
He probably
shorts.
think they finna storm the courthouse like they did the election.
You what? That's unfortunate, but so it's probably just regular. Yes.
I'm crying. That's tough.
He's got all these tweets. He's got a mountain of tweets saying, I'm inevitably going to shoot somebody. I'm inevitably going to kill one of you. How's that going to play in front of the judge? Not so funny now, huh?
And this only leaves Chud the Builder and his team to do the unthinkable.
So
they now have to tap dance and perform.
So much of him yapping.
Because he knows. I think he's meant to. Okay, so if you
diabolical shit.
Look at it this way, Jeff. If you look at it this way, he lost his wife. He lost his kids. All he has is this. He lost his job. His reputation is fucked. All he has is this. They found guns in his car. They found a bulletproof vest in his car. I think he was just prepping.
You ever seen the movie about the racist white dog?
No. There's a movie with the racist.
There's a movie about a racist white dog.
I gotta see this. All right, can you?
I think the movie's
actually
not see
called
it. No, White Dog. Hold on.
Not see it, but like explain it to me.
White Dog movie. It's literally called White Dog.
From 1982.
He's a racist dog.
I got you.
So the dog is essentially like racist. And prior to the dog trainer, the black dog trainer, finding him, like, he would just attack niggas.
I got you. Okay.
So you already have this prior history of attacking niggas. You know what I'm saying? So now he's with this trainer, and the trainer trains him. Like, he starts showing promise. But in the end, he's still racist white dog.
So he starts attacking.
So he attacks niggas.
Gotcha.
Some makes him snap.
Except for his black trainer.
And he attacks niggas. Yeah. That shit's hilarious. Nah, that's crazy. No, but it's actually a good movie.
But what I'm saying is, I think that's what it was. He lost. Everything's gone. So it's like, what do I have to lose? You get what I'm saying?
My family's dead. You burned my house to the ground. What am I supposed to do?
So he was gonna go out with a blaze of glory, killing the whole.
That's a good movie,
Blaze of Glory, unaliving a whole bunch of people. So, but they stopped him.
That's crazy, bro. Well, no, he stopped himself. He actually did. He's actually the world's greatest hero and villain.
In front of the courthouse.
In the courthouse. He's like, well, Your Honor, I stopped myself.
From unaliving the whole bunch.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you, bro.
You what?
For the black coins in the community in order to get their dollar.
That's what he calls them, black coins.
That's crazy.
I just call them.
Or chimping out.
Unkies.
Crazy.
No, him. For the unks.
Oh.
Black coins.
Letter. Chud the Builder's representation decided to reach out to black people. Black people, go figure, in order to raise money for Chud the Builder's defense team. Now, I want y'all to know that this is probably the lengthiest begging that I've ever seen. This excerpt here, though, is very interesting. Before the pew-pewing, Eartherly was a live streamer. He lost his livelihood after being targeted online and had his professional connections severed. BLM followed him for a year, making sure he couldn't work over a single event. Live streaming became the only way to pay his bills.
Gotcha.
Right, that's what I'm
so
saying.
he pew-pewed somebody at a BLM event because they did it in front of his building, and BLM has been following him ever since, which is why he can't get a job. Okay, that makes sense. That sucks. The plot thickens. That makes sense now. So they've been following him this entire time. So every time he does get a job, like they said,
they be outside his.
He lost the contract because of that. Okay.
No, I'm crying. I'm actually crying.
No, that makes sense now. No, it's making sense.
I'm actually crying.
It's making sense. You fucked up.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, what if they were paying bots?
And that's probably what's happening.
This would be the greatest mastermind shit.
No, this is the greatest story ever told. This is a great story ever told. That's crazy.
The same BLM niggas who've been like stalking him, doxing his shit. Could you imagine everywhere you move to, there's a nigga standing outside?
Yep, waiting.
Just
waiting.
menacing.
The agents are ready.
Menacing.
all right, we located Chud.
No, low-key, they could have paid all these bots to gas him up, hype him up. Like, you tell them.
Mm-hmm.
You tell your man, say them hackers. No, I get. No.
No, that's amazing.
Nah,
that's amazing, bro.
No excuses for this guy. He deserves everything.
Zero, bro. Zero.
No remorse. None. Zilch.
His content was confrontational and he used language that most people would call offensive. He did not walk on eggshells around anyone. This is the most I hate accountability way to tell this story. Chud the Builder lost any connections, was fired from his job, all these things for being racist on the internet. It's as simple as that. The letter goes on to say, here is the part that matters. Over time, something happened that your work predicts. Black people started engaging with him, not because he softened his language or performed deference, because he didn't. He treated people as people, roughly but directly, without managing them as a demographic. Some black viewers and people he encountered began to—
I hate that. Do you see? Words, right?
Well,
I know what words mean. What the fuck? And that didn't look like, that didn't match reality. They just saying a whole bunch of nothing.
Respect him precisely because he refused to perform the script. The moments of genuine connection in his content, the handshakes, the real conversations, the mutual laughter are the most human moments in any of it, and some of the most powerful I've
Caesar word salad, bro. What
seen before. Now, there's two things that stick out to me. One, this is clearly the most AI written thing that I've ever
Bruh,
of course.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you now.
Nobody knows English anymore,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying.
Nobody knows English anymore, bro.
If your literal advocates are bots, how do we not know this whole thing? Like you were the Truman Show.
Yeah, that's
You
what
understand
Jim
what I'm
Carrey.
saying?
Yeah.
You were the Truman Show. And we like, what if they start with people's lives like that, dude? Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
They already are.
That was a Black Mirror thing.
They already are. They already are.
That was a Black Mirror thing, dude. Like, they pick a person, we're gonna f up their life.
They already are.
We're gonna watch his life like a TV show. Spooky, you know.
Dude, that's
that's
crazy.
literally everywhere. Live streaming. That's what it is. We watch people's lives as TV shows. But I don't know. It's just like that Truman Show. But for that,
It's real time. Well, like Kardashians do it, and they get so comfortable they forget the camera's there.
This one just seems so.
It's not staged. It's not prepped. It's not ready like you see it.
That's what I'm saying.
seen in the world. It's so nasty that he would use AI as an attempt to try to free this man or whatever the case may be. But two, Chud the Builder's team is turning to a community that Chud the Builder was openly antagonizing for support. Now, for what it's worth, I believe that you would at least get a few of these coins on your side. Already he has Myron Gaines on his side, who we know that through past videos,
That nigga's
struggled with identity issues.
He struggles with identity issues. He doesn't know if he wants to be black or Arab. Nigga, choose a color. That's crazy work. That's crazy work, bro. I'll never understand that guy, bro. I'll never understand that man. It's crazy work. Hubris.
That's spooky.
Hubris is out of this world, man.
What if we just had like melanin grading, right?
What?
No. Like, let's say it's your first day on Earth, right?
Uh-huh.
And you see a plethora of multicolored people, but they come with instructions. So
Okay.
like, if your meat suit has this melanin grade, these are the things, these are the instructions
That come with it.
that come with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is how you might experience life. This is how biology affects you, or nature, or whatever. This is how your biology affects you. You know what I'm saying? You just came with an instruction sheet for your melanin grade. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like that would be more easier than just, oh, this is a
Try and put
race,
yourself in this box,
this
that
race,
box.
this box. Because where are we going to end up? Remember back in 06, they were like humans in 2050?
They're all gonna look light-skinned brown.
Like lizard
or
people.
mixed.
You what? With green and yellow skin.
Let me give me slither.
Everyone's going to be all modified and shit.
Oh man, MGOs
What
or
the fuck?
GMOs.
Everyone's gonna be modified.
They're gonna be genetically modified.
Hell yeah. Hell,
Oh,
they're going to pass
man.
a bill, be like, if you don't got front and back boobs. You what?
Oh man, and back titties. That's crazy.
Give me some nipple implants.
Oh, man.
Give me some nipple
Be
implants.
like the Animal
What the fuck?
Kingdom with 8 nipples.
I can't. I remember when that was you who told me that Bruce
Yesterday.
bit his nipple off.
He scratched it off. He scratched 2 nipples off.
I could imagine that shit like a Lego piece. Bloop.
Cause
Bruce, your nipple.
Because remember that was like the first time I got him and didn't know about allergies because remember we never had a dog. So come to find out, he kept scratching and scratching under his chest until he ripped off 2 of his nipples. That's crazy work. Man ripped off a nipple.
Oh, I'm crying.
He's like, I'm good. I still got 6 more.
I'm crying. He's like, I ain't having no babies. I ain't got to worry about that.
issues. So I don't even know if I would call him a coin based off of the fact that he doesn't even think that he's black. It's actually pretty disgusting. But I know that there are some
No
Yeah.
uncle, no nego, no nego. Just cha-cha that.
Oh man.
others out there who follow the same type of rhetoric, the free speech stuff, all these other things. But what really shocked me is the fact that even these coins aren't taking the bait. They don't want anything to do with Chud Builders.
Defenders. It says just a word. It's just a word. It's not just a word.
Whoa, even the Hodge twins?
What? You what? I didn't even know they was in this, man.
No, that's crazy because they don't even see them. They make fun of black people.
And that's the thing too, because when I first started watching the Hodge twins, they mostly did like workout shit.
Yeah, they were workout, and then they did a few like comedic things.
Comedic
and
shit,
then they
yeah.
switched to
And
the
then they switched to
podcast. Yeah,
politics.
Yeah,
They switched
politics,
to
yeah.
politics. Well, here's the thing: every comedian is in politics now, low key, if you think about it. But nah, that's crazy. The Hodge twins, bro?
yeah. No, that's different.
Okay, let's hear what.
But
they got to
it's
say.
just
Anything to do with Chud Builders.
defenders. It says just a word. It's just a word. It's not just a word. Well, it's just a word, but it's got a lot of history. But it's an offensive word, right? Let's say I go. It's easily the most horrible word in any language. But let's say I go into some outdoor concert and it's a country music concert. It's a number of white people, and I take my black ass in there and I start saying offensive things to white men's white wives. And then the husband gets mad. He said something, and then she said something. I say, you fat, I don't want you anyway. And let's say they throw a punch at me, and then I back up, pull up my gun, and shoot. You think I'm just...
That's crazy. In any context, any circumstance, like that's just
You
crazy.
what?
That's
Yeah.
crazy. What'd you say? You just a
You're
cooler with a gun.
You're with a gun.
Justified in that? It's just words. It's my freedom of speech. Do you think I'm justified when I provoke and instigated the entire encounter?
It's a slippery slope for our society too. What's going to stop a black man from going out there flipping the script? Say, hey, your wife looks like an in lover.
And a shocking, and I do mean shocking turn of events, which you would think would be some of his biggest supporter, the Hodge twins, who for
Which
most
is
of us that grew up
crazy.
watching
Right,
them, their workout series,
Yeah.
commentary on relationships, have fallen out of favor with
Right,
them
because
because they
back in
have.
high school, my early college
It was
days,
just workout.
It was just workout.
They got the Marines.
Right,
They
'cause I
got.
was in the gym. I would just go watch them, and then of course it was comedy because their banter would be funny.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
gone the full MAGA coin route, have decided they are going to take a stance. They are not on the side of Chud the Builder at all. The same black people that Chud thought would defend him are now taking a turn and kicking his back in. It's not just the Hodge twins of it all. It's actually worse than that. You have people like Officer Tatum, who is also a known black coin, who is also saying, yo, this guy is stupid. This was weird. It was avoidable. He should be locked up. I don't understand any of it.
I cannot stand people that spend their time, effort, and energy to go around and live stream confronting people and being disrespectful nut jobs and antagonizing people to get confrontation. And when they get the confrontation, they want to pull a gun and shoot people and do all this so crazy stuff.
Yeah, that blows my mind.
That's what doesn't, bro. That's the person that don't think at all,
bro.
No, that's how you. That's a person that don't think at all, bro.
National case, like a national trial.
You cannot go out and instigate a conflict, and then when you start losing a conflict, you want to try to pull a gun. This is self-defense 101. Self-defense is when somebody's attacking you and you feel like your life is in serious threat of bodily injury or death, then you can use deadly force. But there's a force continuum. You can only use equal amount of force somebody's presenting to you. Now, in self-defense, if you did not create this situation and you defend yourself, you're good. But if you went out and created a situation, you cannot then claim self-defense once a person retaliates against you.
Because you can get.
He looks stupid. But what he's doing is a person that is broken and damaged and that needs attention, they go out and they create environments where they get assaulted so they can be a martyr and they can raise money.
See, there you go. I said it. I told you. He lost everything. Damn. So it's like, go out blaze of glory, nigga. Damn. Why not?
Damn.
Why not?
Damn.
Or they can go viral.
Low-key, they stopped him. He was getting it.
Like they said, they went to his truck,
gonna lead you to
and he had all the things that he needed to kill
I know exactly
a lot of people.
going on. The ethos and the zeitgeist is not on Chud the Builder's side. Full stop. And any support would be called out as being fake, disingenuous, and disgusting. And these guys know this. The reason why I'm saying this is because I don't for 1 second believe that these people have had some real change of heart or they have some new thought or feeling about this. Hell, not too long ago, the Hodge twins were talking about how a word is just a word. They were actually minimizing the use of the N-word on their platform.
For the most part, in America, we got equal rights. But there's actually a group of people that claim to be oppressed in this country, and they set limits to what white people can say.
Do you see why you don't just use words? Because eventually reality is going to come knocking.
And this is what, and that's what happened.
To cash the check. You see what I'm saying?
That's why you don't say anything, because people always have videos.
Words take energy, so if I throw that negative energy at you, it must, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And now they got to stand in, what, truth.
Yep. No, you're right. You're right. And that's what's happening right now. They said something last month, and then now this month they're defending it.
It's always just a word until it's the word you care about. It's always just this.
It's always just.
It's always
it's
just.
It's never my problem until it hits me in my doorstep.
It's always just. I hate that. And you see how fucked up that is when they say it's just, but it's not just.
It's not.
What does just mean? Fair, equal. It's just.
No, it's not. Clearly it's not.
It's not.
And that's why when we were doing the video with Sneeko and the word salad he was spitting out made no sense. It's like you want a specific race to be above that word, but you're giving the okay pass to the person using it, and it's like it does because it's just a word.
People don't understand that.
And
just means like fair, like justice, just. The decision was just.
Words have meaning.
You see what I'm saying? So if I say it's just ice cream, that means the ice cream is equal and fair for all.
It's not.
But it's not, because it's not just ice cream to me.
Exactly.
It's 80 trips to the toilet. That's not just.
No, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because it's not fair to your body.
Understand the words.
It's not fair to your body.
It's not fair.
It's just meat.
It's just. So
it's just diesel in your regular unleaded
you know
gas
what I'm
car.
saying? There's always a caveat when it's just.
Like white people can't use the N-word. It don't seem fair to me. Especially when you came up with the word. You invented the word. Give them some respect. Give them the respect they deserve. They came up with the word. But y'all know how sensitive black folks are. Man, these people are crybabies.
But now because the times are changing and because people can clearly see through in this situation the nastiness and the...
Only so far you can LARP, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm telling you. We're good. We need to start like a LARP podcast. just react to videos of niggas LARPing all day.
The anti-LARP movement.
Hell.
Who's with me?
disgustingness of a Chud the Builder, they've decided that they were gonna flip the entirety of the script. They are now on the platform in the Chud the Builder situation saying that this use of language is unnecessary. It's disgusting, and they don't understand why he would do this because it's just proving he's an antagonizer.
Like, whenever you have self-defense, you gotta look at proportionality and who instigated the confrontation. It sounds like in Chud's statement on the audio said he tried to walk away. That's what he's saying. But there's a lot of witnesses, and if he did not walk away and he instigated the conversation, he starts saying, ooh, and say, hey, look, he's chipping out. He calls him N-word.
You what? But that's the thing, though. It's all on video. If it wasn't on video, you could say whatever the fuck you want.
Right,
but because there was witnesses and video.
Bro, there was like 30 witnesses. There was actually a YouTuber. I seen his video where I guess he had like a snippet of it.
Uh-huh.
And then he was doing commentary on it. But apparently he has more footage, but he's not going to release it. He's like, I know he tweeted, he's like, what did he say? If I had any evidence that would make Chud look good or clear his name, I would take it to hell or something with me. He's like, I would never release it. Or anything.
Holy shit. You hate that man that bad, huh? That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm dead.
But that's what it is.
I'm dead.
That's what it is.
That weakens his self-defense claim.
But the reason why this matters, though, is because I know that Chud the Builder thought that he would have a collective of people on his side no matter what. He thought that he would have all these self-proclaimed free speech advocates on his side championing him for the way that he would go about doing these things. He thought that he would have all of the donations in the world, all the financial backing in the world. He thought that he would have people ride for him. But as it turns out, he doesn't have the support that he thinks he has. He actually has some of the worst support system in the world, which would forever link him to this nasty, downright disrespectful behavior. And the people that he thought would have his back have subsequently turned their back on him, shunned him, and said that, hey, this guy is a weirdo, this guy is stupid, his actions are wild, we don't condone any of this. Now, it's clear these people are grifting. I'm not giving a dog a bone for wagging its tail here. But I think it's funny that you think that, hey, these guys are free speech advocates. They're clearly going to be supporting me in any decision making that I do. So let me go ahead and just lean to them and see what they have to say. And they're turning their back on you in the real time. I figured you would have white people that are conservatives looking at this Chud the Builder situation and potentially turning their back on him. They don't want to align with this nonsense. It's too much on the nose. That's why when Megan...
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's too...
direct.
Right. What the fuck?
It's not like they're at surface level. It's like...
Right. It's not, there's no...
straight to the core.
What did I say? There, like, he has no influence, like... He's not pulling any strings.
There's no backing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not moving the needle of anything. It's literally the crazy...
The pendulum is not swinging.
Right. It's the crazy crackhead that runs out in the street.
Exactly. And then people just look at him and then continue doing
their shit.
Kelly came out and she said what she said. It didn't really shock me, right? She said that he was dumb and stupid and stuff like that. Megyn Kelly is a Fox commentator, or I think ex-Fox commentator, who disavowed Chud the Builder.
That guy is an obvious racist. I'm not surprised he shot a black man. It was just a matter of time from the look of it. Disgusting. It's hate speech. I don't think the speech was necessarily illegal, right? Like hate speech is legal, but that doesn't make it okay or right. And he was definitely threatening and menacing in a way that could arguably have crossed it over to incitement.
But I promise you, I was shocked that I saw these black coins take this stance, but it just goes to show how messed up Chud the Builder really is in this situation. Those people that you thought you were grifting with, that you thought you could align with, turn their back on you in real time. And I'm telling you, as I'm starting to see more and more clips of Chud the Builder come out and talk about how he's been feeling about black people, how he's been thinking about potentially ending black lives and whatnot, it's only going to end up worse.
That's what they're known for, starting and harassing people. Starting things and instigating and harassing people. Shoots and kills a black man. That's what it's going to say all over the headline. They're going to say he was an innocent boy, he didn't do nothing. Let me see it. We're going with a weapon. I'm not sparing him.
Like he's literally
that guy walking up with a gun.
That's
like I said, he's literally preparing to.
Bro was documented.
He wants everybody to remember. So when his manifesto comes out,
that's fast.
If he made it that far, then that's what it would have been.
Nah, there's probably gonna be some bombshell discovery.
Oh, for sure.
Or the psyop continues. Either way, I don't give a fuck. This is a great show. Love where this is going. he'll be the martyr that he never thought he was.
Yep. Especially if he goes to jail full of black people.
Should have blew his brains out that night.
That's why that face in court made so much sense the other day. The infamous closed eye meme when he heard his bond, heard that tremendous number. He tried to bring to realize that he was
That's
alone.
amazing. That's gonna be, bro. This reaction is just.
Hey, look at the judge. Look at the judge picture smiling right behind.
Grinning.
That's amazing.
As his portrait grin.
He was by himself. There wasn't going to be anybody to really come and support him. Sure, you have people like Jake Lang, whatever the guy's name is, that came into court and
Jake Long, ain't that the American Dragon?
American Dragon. Good show came out in the early 2000s.
I hated the revamp, dog.
That was just the dumbest thing I've ever saw. Why'd they make him a long ass dragon?
Nah, that pissed me off, bro.
to be supporters. You'll always have people like that, but trust me, they're looking to fight another battle and using you as some stepping stool to get their shit off. They're trying to get their content off. But they don't really care about you. They don't really care about you sitting in some jail cell rotting because you decided to take matters into your own hands and antagonize black people. And I don't think that they should, for what it's worth. But I think that you thought that they would be behind you, and now you're finding in real time that you don't have real supporters. And anybody who claimed to be on the same side of you is flipping the script on you, and I find that to be the most hilarious thing in the world. People are gritting on your grades from your haters, and then even people that you thought were going to be supporters are gritting on your head as well.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts, sir. Hopefully the next time we see this guy, it's either the official court case.
We'll definitely get you guys an update on that too.
Or maybe they make it a speedy trial and they sentence him immediately, or he
just to get it out of the way,
whatever. Right.
Or like you get 6 months jail, 1 year probation, blah blah.
Right.
Service.
We
you know
gotta
the
make
usual.
an example. Gotta make an example.
Because they gotta figure it out, because this guy is a danger to everybody.
Everything, right? He's a puzzle piece that's not fitting in anything.
No, he's not, bro. He's not.
Anything.
But